Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I went to the Warner Brothers Studios, the making of Harry Potter. At the start of the tour, there's a big Ukrainian Iron Belly, which is a dragon that they use on the final movie to escape a bank. There's also a passport that you have to stamp in each section, showing all the stuff from the movies. And there was a new edition called Mischief Makers. I wasn't sure what it was. At the start, you see the little cupboard from underneath the stairs in Privet Drive, where the whole movie starts. And then you get walked into a movie room where they show you all about it. And then you can walk into the Great Hall, which is a ginormous hall full of tables where they eat. And with the new edition added, they had the two Weasley twins, which are very sneaky boys, on brooms, and all of a sudden there was fireworks all over the room and there was lights everywhere. In the next room there was the Triwizard Cup and their costumes. And there was a Forbidden Forest, which is one of the scariest places, full of spiders, and including one giant one called Aragog. And there was a bunch of portraits, which in the movies all move, but they didn't move in real life, of course. And there was the Weasley's house, which is a house of wizarding family's house that has little contraptions where you can press buttons and the things move by themselves. Looks very realistic. There was a green screen room where you can do some broom videos and pictures and wanted posters with others, or you could do them by yourselves. And there was a room where there are Cornish pixies, which are little blue creatures, very mischievous creatures, that you could watch people explain what happens in the scene. And you could create howlers in the next room, which are red letters that you send to people to basically scream at them when you're not close. I also bought a pack of these jelly beans, called Bertie Bott's Every Flavor's Beans, and some of them didn't taste good. Cool photo opportunity where you could run into a wall with a carriage which had some trunks in it, because that's how you get to the platform 9 3/4, which is the station that you need to get to take the train to Hogwarts, which is the school. I went into the train and it was very packed, but there were some cool scenes from it, including the different carriages and how they were from each movie. The train was very big, and the colors were almost the same. It must have been the same set that they actually used for the movie. And there was also some very realistic steam coming from the bottom. All of the items that they used inside the movie for the carriages were used inside, including the fun stuff and then the scary stuff. Because in the third movie, some scary creatures called Dementors come. And what they do is suck the happiness out of you, so it kind of paralyzed the main character. And the train included some Easter eggs from the movies. The next thing that I did was went to the restaurant area, and I had a drink called Butterbeer, and it's a non-alcoholic drink that they drink a lot in the movies, and it's very, very sweet. Outside, right next to the bar place, there was a big purple bus called the Night Bus, which Harry uses to get to the station at King's Cross in his third year. There was also the greenhouses and the house where Harry lives. And there were some cool contraptions to make some nice noises with the buttons. There's also an area where you can control this little house elf, which is a small little weird guy. He's pretty shy most of the time. And you can control him by moving your arms and legs. I think that's how they actually made the animation of the original guy in the show. There was also a bunch of goblins, and it showed you the masks that the people had to wear to be goblins. They were very short people who worked at Gringotts Bank. And the main one was Griphook. He had a very weird crooked nose. This was Gringotts Bank. It's a very large bank. It's very posh as well. and it's got a lot of cool little statues of the elves. They look very realistic. And there's a Horcrux. The Horcrux is something that keeps Voldemort alive. He split part of his soul into it, and Voldemort is the big bad guy. Moving on to the next room, you see a big dragon coming at you, and he starts breathing fire. And when he's coming at you, it looks very realistic. The damage done to the bank looks very cool as well. The next place is Diagon Alley. It's the alley right next to Gringotts Bank, where you can buy all of your stuff like wands, cauldrons, and even a joke shop at the end of the road, run by George and Fred, as I told you, the naughty twins. There was an explanation, as the new edition pretty much made the place mostly about them, so people wanted to know what was going on in his shop, especially the ones who hadn't watched the movies. Throughout the whole thing, you had to stamp your passport here and there on the stamp areas, but they weren't the type of stamps that you're probably thinking. You had to press down and it would just show a mark. It didn't have any ink. And then there were little models of the original buildings and how they were gonna look. They looked pretty cool, and the little characters that they added. And they showed little plates of what the buildings were. And at the very end, there was the Hogwarts Castle, which is the iconic castle from the show. Right before the shops, you could see a bunch of wands, but they were fake wands. You couldn't actually take them out of the boxes. And then at the shop, I bought a real wand. It was Albus Dumbledore's wand, the head teacher of Hogwarts. He's a very important character, but I got the one from Fantastic Beasts, which is the prequel to Harry Potter, so his wand was different. In the actual Harry Potter movie, his wand was the Elder Wand, the strongest wand in the world. So bye guys, I'll see you in the next one.